Chemical Guys sticky snowball ultra snow foam. How sticky will it be? Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome back to Turner Mobile Detailing. It's March 1st today, which to me is a reason for optimism. It's obviously not the official start of spring, but March on the calendar sounds a lot better than February, and we're that much closer to spring. So happy first day of March, everyone. In today's video, we're going to be testing out Chemical Guys Sticky Snowball Ultra Snow Foam. Now this is my very first time using this product. I've never used it before. I've been up and down on trying it for the past few months since it came out, but today is the day we're finally going to try it. I've got some experimentation going on with it. We're not going to get to all that today, but the main focus of today's video is first and foremost, we're going to see how well this stuff foams, because it is primarily, first and foremost, a foaming car soap. And Chemical Guys is known for producing really well foaming snow foam soaps, especially when used in a foam cannon. So that's going to be our main priority of testing today. Secondarily, I want to see just how slick it is, how much lubrication it provides on the panel. Next, I want to see how well this stuff cleans. Now this stuff is pH neutral. It says right on the back that it's pH balanced. Now that term pH balanced, pH neutral, I'm actually going to get into that in another video. So stay tuned for that. But this particular soap is pH neutral, which means it's got a pH between 6 and 8 on the pH scale. So I'm not expecting an incredible amount of cleaning ability, but if it can remove the remnants of winter that are on the Mercedes GLE behind me, then I'd be happy with that. And then lastly, I want to see how well this stuff rinses. And in my experience with Chemical Guys shampoos, I really shouldn't have any issues with the rinse process. So just like a lot of Chemical Guys other shampoos, it does separate. If you can see right here towards the bottom, it's really bright pink. And then as we move closer to the top, it becomes more of an orange, a neon orange. So we go from neon orange at the top down to more of a neon pink at the bottom. And I tell you what, Chemical Guys is really good at their marketing. They produce really bright colored products, and that's really attractive to the eye. And then also their packaging is really wild and crazy, a lot of cool colors. Now their products, on the other hand, may not match their marketing, but if this does what it says it does, I'd be happy with that. This is kind of another redundancy in the Chemical Guys product lineup. If you've been around Chemical Guys for any length of time, you know that they've got dozens and dozens of products, particularly car wash soaps, that all seem to do the same thing, maybe in a little bit different way, but they're all basically the same thing. This one is no different. It's just a pH neutral foaming car wash soap, although this one claims to produce not only really good foam cannon foam, but it also claims to stick to the panel. So what I'm going to do first is foam just this side of the car, and then I'm going to let it dwell, and then I'm going to do a timed time relapse to see how long it takes to weep off the panel. And we're going to see just how sticky this stuff really is. So because it does separate, we're going to give it a good shake. And I always like to turn the bottle upside down too, to shake it like that, to make sure all the stuff on the bottom gets mixed in that much better. Now it looks like we've got a good mix of material. Everything is the same color from the top to the bottom of the bottle. So now I've got my foam cannon reservoir ready to go. I've got about 28 ounces of warm water, and the bottle label says to dilute 1 to 2 ounces of sticky Snowball snow foam to 5 gallons of water. Rinse it using clean water for perfect shine. For best results though, it says to add 1 to 2 ounces of sticky Snowball to a Chemical Guys foam cannon or foam gun. So obviously we're not using a Chemical Guys snow foam cannon. We're going to be using my MJJC Foam Cannon Pro version 2, and we're going to put about 2 ounces of product mixed again with about 28 ounces of warm water. So Chemical Guys often shows on their videos that one good squirt is 1 ounce. So we're going to do 2 of those just to be sure, maybe a tiny bit extra, just to make sure we have enough product to get a really good foam. 1, 2, and then a little tiny extra squeeze. And it gives this really cool bright pink color. Now, what I've noticed already about this stuff is that it's not super thick like their citrus wash and gloss. If you ask me, the washing gloss is too thick. It's difficult to dilute in water. You've really got to swish it around and let it sit for a while to fully dilute. This stuff is thinner, although it does say on the label that it is ultra concentrated. Like most of Chemical Guys products, it is ultra concentrated. That's why you only really need 2 ounces or so. So we seem to have a really good viscosity to mix in well. As you can see, the soap has permeated the whole foam cannon reservoir without me really even having to swish it around. But I am going to put my foam cannon top on, and I am going to give it a good swish around, and we're going to turn it upside down a little bit just to make sure we're mixed in really well. And as you can see, I don't have anything sitting at the top. If you can tell, it's all mixed in really well. So that's a major plus for this stuff, that it mixes and dilutes really well into your water mixture, whether in a bucket or in a foam cannon. So now that we've got this stuff mixed up, let's go ahead and put a nice layer of foam on the driver's side of the GLE. Okay, so we've let it dwell for a few minutes, and most of the foam is still there. I wasn't too optimistic when I was first foaming it on. It seemed to be a little bit on the runny side, but a few minutes later, most of the foam is still there. I would have liked to see a little thicker foam. Maybe if we upped the dilution ratio to 3 or 4 ounces of product within the foam cannon, we could have achieved that, but we stuck with the factory recommended dilution ratio of 2 ounces. We even went a hair above that, but basically 2 ounces of product within the foam cannon. We got pretty decent foam. I wouldn't really say it's anything to write home about, but it's decent enough. I actually think the citrus washing gloss gives you a much denser, richer foam, but again, there's downsides to that product too. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is rinse it down and see not only how well it rinses, but how well it cleans without any agitation. I want to see what the cleaning power of this stuff is with just a good dwell and rinse with no agitation. Okay, now let's take a closer look to see what kind of film of dirt is left over on the panels after we've just let the foam dwell and then a simple rinse. So the sticky Snowball snow foam seems to have done a pretty decent job in removing the bulk of the film of dirt on the panels. Now I've never seen a car wash soap, whether pH neutral or a higher pH or even lower pH, remove every last bit of dirt on the panel with no agitation. It's just not going to happen. Your snow foam pre-wash primarily is there to remove the bulk of the dirt, and it's really always going to leave behind that film of dirt on the panel that has to be removed with an agitation wash. So far as the foaming ability at factory recommended dilution ratios, I have to give this stuff a thumbs down. I really was not impressed with the foam. I think their citrus washing gloss product foams better. I think Adam's Mega Foam foams better. I think CarPro's Lift foams better than this stuff. So again, the main draw for this product is its foaming ability. We used factory dilution ratios, followed the instructions, and I really was very unimpressed. So again, a big thumbs down for its foaming ability. Now as for its cleaning ability and rinse ability, those are a little bit more subjective. but I have to say that they were above adequate. So I'm going to give each one a thumbs up, although a moderate thumbs up for each one. But again, I think this product is pretty much on par with every other Chemical Guys car washing soap. So now let's move on to our final test. How slick is it on the panel during a hand wash? Well, I was pleased with the lubricity of this stuff on the panels. It's what I've come to expect from Chemical Guys shampoos. They produce a very slick and slippery shampoo, and really the benefit of using a foam cannon to lay a nice thick layer of suds on your vehicle before you do a contact wash is the lubricity. You want a lot of lubrication along with cleaning ability, but lubrication enables you to glide over the panel to remove the dirt and eliminate 99.9% of the risk of scratching your paint due to rubbing your wash media over top of your panels while it's dirty. So this stuff produced a decent layer of foam, but more importantly, it was nice and slick to, again, mitigate the chance of scratching or marring the surface during the washing process. Now, foam quality aside, I really believe the full impact or the point of this stuff, especially because it's called sticky Snowball snow foam, not just Snowball snow foam, is that it sticks or clings to the panel better than other snow foam soaps, which again, I wasn't very impressed with the foaming ability itself, the amount of foam, the thickness of the foam, but in fairness, it did dwell on the panel for a decent amount of time. It gave me more than enough time to put my foam cannon down, to reinstall my rinsing nozzle, and then to grab my wash towel. And then by the time I got to the panel to start hand washing, there was still plenty of foam left on the panel to work with. Now again, it wasn't the thickest and richest foam I've ever seen, but it was adequate enough to get the job done. And again, the priority here, that the majority of the foam was still on the panel by the time I got to it with my wash towel. So as far as the foam sticking ability, I have to give it a moderate thumbs up. It was good, not great, but good enough. So would I recommend this stuff over other dedicated foam cannon car shampoos? I'd have to say no. I named a few earlier that I think foam better, and the difference between the dwelling ability with this stuff and those other shampoos that I've used in the past, I really think it's too subjective to recommend this stuff over any other product. If I had to give it a 1 to 5 star rating, I'd have to give it about a 3. Now I am going to continue to do some other testing with this stuff. I really want to see how it performs with other chemicals mixed into it. I'm going to be coming out with a video within the next couple of months talking a lot about pH levels in car shampoos and how to make your own custom shampoo, especially a pre-wash shampoo, using a base foaming wash like this stuff and a high pH or low pH additive to give you the kind of cleaning ability that you really want in a pre-wash. We're going to be talking about pH levels, both alkaline and acid, the importance of each one. We're going to talk about how to make a high alkaline mixture and also a high acid mixture. And most importantly, we're going to talk about when to use and how often to use each one of those kinds of mixtures. So if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel so you don't miss that future content. So that's going to be a wrap on this review video of Chemical Guys Sticky Snowball Ultra Snow Foam. Like I said before, I really wasn't all that impressed with this product, but if you were thinking about purchasing this stuff, I really hope this video gave you some insights and helps you make a more informed decision as to what products you're going to buy. So if you did enjoy this video, please don't hesitate to give us a like right down below. And if you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. That way you don't miss any future auto detailing content that we've got in the pipeline. So as always, I'm Seth with Turner Mobile Detailing, and we'll see you in the next video.